Hey, I'm sitting up here with Phil Hurley and Shawn Davis from Stonehoney. Let's give them one more hand. Everybody was out there coming up and shoving me and going, this is great, this is great. I got to ask now, the interesting thing about y'all is, you know, really 4 lead vocalists and 4 songwriters, I gather.
Yeah, that's exactly how we got together. Was we were just doing kind of a songwriter in the round. Each one of us had made solo albums and weren't really looking to be in a new group. But there was a sound that we could make together that we just realized was better than anything we could do by ourselves. And it really started with the harmonies. And
Sure.
That's always been, you know, our secret weapon.
How does that, you had to find 4 people, not only who are talented, but who are willing to be in a band with 3 other guys who were at least as good as they were. And that's kind of thin on the ground. Anybody have to sort of adjust and say, I'm going to be in a group versus being that front guy everybody wants to be?
Well, you know, it's funny. Everything about this band has been so fun because it's all been organic. You know, we never forced anything. It was a songwriters in the round. We didn't even have a name. We used to call it Songs from a Hillside Living Room because we used to sit in Nick's Hillside Living Room and play songs. And we, about a year after doing that, we got a deal with this company, and you know, we started to realize that, wow, this is actually a band. You know, and I think where we really realized it was after we tracked the first song. And we had a list. It was the first time we heard ourselves back, you know, and we went, "Wow, that's pretty good," you know.
Now, is that in L.A. before Austin?
Yeah,
that you guys met. You're from 4 corners of the country, aren't you? Like different parts of the country.
Yeah. We met about 5 years ago in Southern California, in Los Angeles. Nick and I had known each other a while before that, but the rest of us met. It's been about 5 years now.
Great.
You know, and then about a year and a half ago, we made the move to Austin, and God bless Nashville. I love Nashville, but man, Austin is just right for us. It's just right for us, you know.
Well, what was the difference between L.A. and Austin? Music culture, venues?
I've never seen anything like Texas for the support of live music. Living in Los Angeles, there's too many other distractions. Live music is about choice number 19. Where the whole state of Texas, live music is really a part of the culture. So every time we were rolling through Texas, they would say, "You guys are a Texas band," and we were like, "No, we're not." We didn't realize the compliment we were being given.
Right.
And so once we made that transition, we were kind of spinning our wheels in LA, going, "I think this is good. I think we got something," but we couldn't get any other than our faithful 75 friends who would come see every show. We couldn't get it moving past that one point. And once we moved to Texas, it was like we hit the ground running. And now we've just got a community of friends and other musicians that it's definitely our home now, quickly.
That's great. Do you have a favorite venue? Do you have a place that you kind of made your name?
Yeah, absolutely. We got lucky enough. When we came through town, Graham Parsons, God bless his soul, his one and only daughter, Polly Parsons, introduced us to our godfather, Eddie Wilson, who owns Threadgills. And Threadgills, that whole Threadgills clan are our family, and we love them to death. They've really taken us in. The Cedar Creek Sessions is the name of this album, and from your bio, it sounds like you got in there and just recorded everything you had, like 40 songs.
Well, I wouldn't say everything. You know, with 4 writers, we'll do, as we just did last Saturday. We did a 5-hour gig, and at the end of it, we went, "Man, we didn't play this song. We didn't play." You know, there's an endless amount. But we went in and cut. It was 38 or 40 songs. And we didn't necessarily know we were making a record. We were the company that has now become the label we released the record with, Music Road Records, brought us in the studio. Just said they liked the way we sung and they liked our songs, and they said, "Let's just record and we'll see where it all goes," you know. And here we are. I mean, we got a record out with this great little company, you know. And they're a small little company, but they're going to be a mighty company, I think. I think they're going to be one to watch out for.
Let's hope so.
We sure hope so.
You named the record after this place. Was the place special?
Yeah, it's a legendary Austin recording studio. I mean, it's funny living down there. You know, you realize that there's these artists that they don't necessarily translate outside of Texas, but in Texas they're real legends, you know. And some of them have gone beyond that have recorded at that studio. Pat Green, Randy Rogers Band, Wade Bowen, Reckless Kelly, Cross Canadian Ragweed. I mean, they've had, you know, it's a great studio, and Fred Remmert's been running it for 25 years, and he's also one of the partners in the label.
Right. Yeah. Well, the scene is legendary. The history, the writers and pickers too, who, you know, to be surrounded by that is great. You found before we have to go back. With 4 literal voices in the band, and I'm sure 4 different personalities, how different were your musical tastes? How did your musical tastes and what was on your record collections kind of come together?
It was pretty broad. I mean, we all came from pretty different walks of life. I mean, there's some common interests. I mean, the Beatles, Crosby, Stills and Nash, the Byrds, Buffalo Springfield, harmony singing bands. You know, those were the things that brought us together. But I think it's that, you know, Dave bringing the blues and the soul and R&B, and Shawn bringing in more kind of hard country. I played in rock and roll bands my whole life. Nick bringing in a little more soul and a little more, you know, vibe and groove. Each one of us kind of brought our own special thing. But now we've learned how to write to the strengths of Stonehoney. So now it's like when we first started, it was kind of a collection of songs that existed before we made this sound. But now we've learned how to write to our strengths.
Nice. Very cool. Well, I'm sure there's going to be more to hear. Stonehoney, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank
Let's
you all.
hear it. And we hope to hear more of you and have you back. Thanks.